finally we'll see a Leona get through the draft. And there's Bay's Syndra that we talked about. He's so good at, so well versed on these safe control mages.
And Effort goes ahead and picks Leona anyway.
And Nara's been picked a lot early, as we do see actually a nice hook here.
Oh man, well, Effort's dead. Just like that,
Master
first
curse.
blood. That's gonna be a, yeah. I mean, that's just like first hook. He gets the bottom lane ahead. His roam timings have been astoundingly good. And once again, he's able to pressure a lot down on the bottom side. Now, we are going to have this Rift Herald put up into the top lane as Rich will look to take an aggressive trade, but that might just mean his doom, as there is really nowhere for him to run. Just going to be taken down as Krako takes that kill. And looks like the Rift Herald actually went down pretty fast there.
To see a Rift Herald take, and they immediately Drake and push this bot turret. So it's a better trade for them overall. In terms of the gold, obviously, it's fairly even. They actually don't even get that last bit of the turret. And this just keeps happening.
Yeah, certainly, you know, if you get a strategy and it keeps working, don't change it. As Kellen has to be careful here. That's going to be a pretty late blade coming out there from the Leona, but he's dead, it looks like, anyway, as Duckdom, though, trying to come in with the big carry. He's got that crescendum rolling, as Kellen is going to survive as well. Fate jumping in there, trying to make something happen at the end of that one. But another kill.
Drake, and Summit's gonna, obviously, as the dust settles, he's gonna be like, alright, well, I guess I'm gonna push this turret down. I guess it's safe, but they lost another Drake. And Nongshim's rotations are just a little bit faster. They're a little bit crisper, and that's what Aphelios that Skyr of the Week to connect. But Duckdom is just like, okay, well, while you guys are being a little bit indecisive around the Herald, well, they're unable to push in, make a pick happen, punish anything. And they're not so far behind in gold where it's just not fightable. Like, they have to be decisive here, look for a pick, look for an engage, and finally they are now.
Yeah, well, they've got Meganar, so they say, okay, let's charge in, see what we can get going. Meganar times out, and already, you know, the one-item power spike is coming in here as... Okay, there's my stream back again. The Rift Herald is going to go down, as you may need to take over Wolf. My stream's having a little bit of...
Alright, well, we're going to see Rich isolated here on the side. He's stunned up, is going to continue to engage and does a bunch of damage there. Effort has to run away. Summit just barely able to escape over the wall, and nobody dying on the side of Live Sandbox here. Bay is down, but everyone's so low health that this is still a 3v3 fight now around the Herald, and we'll smite that away as she's trying to grab it, but I think Krako is going to take it away. Nope, Lantern.
Oh, what? Guys, come on. All right, there he goes. And now they're going to go for a trade. See you later, Kellen. Just gonna get blasted in the face there, I suppose. This Drake, I suppose Olaf a bit as well. He's got that cowl built up, and it looks like we're actually gonna fight over this Drake here. Live Sandbox not scared to fight for this one, but this is what I was talking about. This one-item power spike with the poke that they have.
Same.
Immediately, Root just has 20% health.
Yeah, I mean, he's in such a precarious position. Like, even trying to go for bullet time is almost certain death. So, I mean, if Rich just shock blasts him, accelerates that, what's he gonna do? I mean, it's just so risky to actually commit. As Duckdom is like, yeah, so while you guys are being indecisive, another turret, by the way.
Yeah,
just gonna grab some
third turret of the game.
Yep.
Okay, Ragnarok coming out here a bit late, but again, they're just setting up a concave and saying, okay, I dare you to try to take the Mountain Drake. They're going to take a ton of damage from that mountain, and of course the poke that comes in, and another Drake is going to go the way of Nongshim, so they're one away.
For Live Sandbox very quickly on this map as to teamfight opportunities they can win. I mean, this is their last big opportunity to bring this game back. I mean, it's almost easy if you lose this one, almost certainly. I mean, there are ways to come back, but it would require a lot of mistakes on Nongshim's part.
Yep, this is the big one. They kind of just have to win this fight, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. Effort takes about 30% of his health already from the Mountain Drake, so not the best start. But here we go. We'll see how the poke comes in. You see that a Shock Blast on the Summit isn't going to do too much. They got to hit that squishy backline. They'd love to hit Fate and Root if possible. As aggro on the Drake goes back to the side of Nongshim. Gonna leash here just a bit. Hook gonna sail wide. As Root Gale forces the stun that comes out. Okay, a sleep here onto Peanut could be huge. There's that burst I was talking about, and that's going to give control of the pit over to the side of Live Sandbox. Able to lock down that Mountain Drake, and more poke coming out here. Fate literally trying to single-handedly carry his team back into the game. as Effort now going to get that engaged down onto Bay. And we were talking about with the Zoe earlier on.
Felt like the role of the MF and Leona bot lane was to kind of pressure and win the lane, but they lost that, and now his functionality in team fights, I mean, it's very low, right? And I mean, even with the amount of range that Nongshim has, bullet time isn't that useful. They're again vision control of this Drake, and they're just trying to rush it down with the clear time they have, and they're probably gonna get it.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get this one here. Smited down by Peanut, and all of a sudden, Root gets caught out. This is messy for the side of Liv Sandbox. Over the wall comes Rich. That's going to be another one of them poked out from the get-go here. So now 5-on-3 with Baron buff. And Nongshim, you know, they were struggling a little bit after losing that last team fight. They want to make a big movement here and try to close this game out. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to end it, but they want to get a insurmountable lead, perhaps.
Kellen's just added more of these to his turret collection this game. He grabs another one on his way to this inhibitor. Isn't able to get the inhibitor turrets. Kellen's going deep!
Kellen trying to add some more Pog votes if he didn't already have enough. Although, did they just overextend here? Nice play once again coming in. Effort desperately trying to get in there and do it, but not able to do too much. They're at least able to get the one kill. As the stun comes,
see a little bit more control from Fate again because he has long-range vision to do that damage to proc Horizon Focus. But still, I mean, look at the way the team is cut in half right now. Effort is struggling to do anything. All the orbs are just on top of him.
Yeah, that's a pretty little cooldown at this point. We'll see if he can get it back later on in the fight. That's going to be the kill going to actually Duckdom on the side of Nongshim here, as I don't know what that solar flare was. Now Effort is just going to have to flash away. In goes Krako, is able to get a huge Gore Drinker stack there, but even the bullet time not really able to do much. Summit coming in here, and everybody on the side of Liv Sandbox just filtering in one by one. This is not what you want to see if you are a Liv Sandbox fan, as the rest of the members super low, and it looks like Nongshim might just look for the end now.
Yeah, it looks like this is just going to be a good old GG at the end of this game. No light at the end of the tunnel anymore for Liv Sandbox, even after that one incredible fight from Fate. There is just simply no way out. Too indecisive. Nongshim again out-rotating, out-macroing with this Aphelios pick, getting tons of turret plates early. Very impressive macro game once again.
Absolutely.
Just going to be able to do very well there. The mid Silas has been a pretty big favorite against the Zoe, historically speaking, so...
Yeah, it can be pretty rough in that early game, of course, for that lane, as another engage going to come down here, but Kellen a little bit short on that one. Just gonna lock down Effort. Kellen gets booped into the air, but not much comes of it. Krako's here again. As with that mid priority, I feel like Krako's really trying to get aggressive, and it looks like he wants to go into the bottom lane. Here we get the knock-up on a Kellen. Do they have that burst damage? The flash will come in, and Kellen, extremely tanky, as you mentioned, is going to survive, and now Effort has to flash away as Peanut makes his way in, and nobody's actually going to die here, and this is his mid-priority. Fate going to come down here and be annoying, but we'll see if he can actually get anything done from this.
The biggest winner is Bay right now. We could actually take a breath.
Ooh, Fate's going really aggressive here. Krako finally comes in. Was it just a bait all the time? Yes, it was. First blood comes in as my cat jumps on the desk, and Duckdom might be jumping down as well. That's going to be 2 kills to the side of Liv.
I am curious to see, how this continues. Is Effort once again going to be aggressive?
Oh, man. Duckdom here with no summoners gets popped on, but actually Effort is the one that overextends, and now he's going to get burst down, but Root hitting level 6 and doing insane damage to Kellen there, showing that huge team fighting ability from the Samira. Knock-up coming down onto the Gnar. Bay has to flash away. Actually avoids the collateral damage, but at the same time, Peanut coming in here says, well, I'm just going to go forward. I have to get this Rift Herald anyway. Going to be looking for the kill onto the Zoe. Does not come through. So actually,
Sure.
Yeah. And I feel like it is Peanut just trying to make the best of a pretty rough situation for his team right now. You can see there's a 2,000 gold lead, 4 extra kills to the side of Liv Sandbox. With that huge roam coming out from Fate, you can see the gold difference already showing in the mid lane and also the jungle, as Krako is helping out down there, but a nice lockdown onto Effort. He gets caught here as opening up from the backside is the Jhin. They're going to lock him down, and now coming in pretty late here is Fate, trying to bait for the rest of his team to come in, and will he be able to do so again? Yes, he will, as Fate comes in, but actually gets booped down by Rich, who will pick up the kill, but now Root getting into the fight, trying to build up to that S-Class, and there he is going to build up to it, but now trying to pick up that kill onto the rally. He will finally do it, as Rich will go down to the side of Root, and Root will come down and try to finish off Peanut, and should be able to double kill going the way of Samira, as Root is...
He survives through the latter part of that fight. It just does not happen. It's hard to explain without showing you where he's trying to stand there, and who he's trying to link with.
Yeah.
I think Peanut in this case.
This is not looking too good. 2v5. Duck Dom trying to turn it on to Root, see what he can get done. You can see Kellen desperately trying to sacrifice his life in hopes of saving Duck Dom, or at least buying some time, as one final shot, and that's going to be an extra kill to Root. So not really reading them.
The bot lane, you know that's a lost cause. Gets a second charge as well. And this is Nongshim on the map. They're just always out-rotating their opponents and trying to trade better. This is a bad spot to be.
Not again. They're going to get caught here underneath their turret, as that's going to be another kill onto the Jhin.
Might be more because his turret's dead.
Yeah, Kellen's just going to die too. He's going to try to flash and make it over to Bay, but that was really desperate. He was never getting out there, and now, after a fantastic game one, he's just been bullied in this game, 0-5, whereas the enemy's Samira has 5 of those kills. As now they're looking to trade here onto Rich. Doesn't look like he, he realized this was coming. He was desperately trying to make something happen on the top side of the map and put on pressure for this long. It should have kind of been sacrificed at this point, you know? If you're getting just absolutely shreked in the bottom lane, you got to try to mix things up and go for a different lane. As I say that, though, they are going to be looking for a dive onto Summit as the Ragnarok comes in here. Bay taking a lot of damage early on. Do they have the damage to burst through Ornn? Yes, they do. So a nice little trade
through. Now that mid turret is gone, and Fate can set up so much more poke damage. I mean, look at what he's capable of doing here, even with just one minion wave. Look at the vision control they're taking away from Nongshim now. Suddenly, Zoe looks like an insanely powerful pick, given the situation. He just got a little bit of extra mobility here with that pickup, too.
Oh, Nongshim trying to get in here and force it with the Mega Gnar. Can they try to burst down this Ornn before he gets anything done? Does get the triple knockup, does the Ornn, but he does go down. Rich, rather, trying to boop some heads into the wall, but Rich is going to go down, and now there's not much of a front line to the side of Nongshim, as, oh man, Duck Dom just immediately gets one-tapped on the backside.
He's like, wait, I forgot about you?
Yeah, oh, not quite. Well, here comes effort.
Yeah.
He's got those Moby boots. Knows he's been spotted, and so Peanut will be able to get away, but Nongshim just desperate at the game. I mean, they are so massively stacked right now, as Peanut is seemingly alone, but actually he does have Kellen coming in, Duck Dom trying to help out, Teleport coming in from Bay, but with the flash coming out, okay, Bay's actually going for this. He is going to use that Alistar ultimate and just,
just jumping the gun a little bit.
Yeah.
There. I mean, the thing is, like, they were cut in half. Nongshim but they still were able to reconsolidate with that teleport coming in from Bay, and the idea was there, but unfortunately the execution a little bit weak.
Yeah, now they're just getting burst down underneath the turrets. The Samira goes in, and you can see that Rich is desperate to get a flank and actually kills the Zoe somehow. So nicely done, I suppose, but he is a bit alone, as everybody else in his backline is just being shredded to pieces here, as he'll just have to slink away, looking to try to trade a little bit with the Croco. But get what he was trying to do, really.
I was looking elsewhere in the fight. I thought he stole the Ornn ultimate, but he didn't. And like, if he stole the Ornn ultimate, it's still it's a tough call, but maybe he could turn that around. He's got a bit of a reputation recently for engaging at a pretty aggressive angle.
Well, Nongshim, the one good thing about them is that, they're not just going to sit back and die. They will go down fighting. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here. They want to go for the fight. They're looking for the Ornn again. They're going to deny that ultimate coming in here, but do they have the damage, as Root is going to get another kill and immediately just shreds that front line down. Doesn't really look like Nongshim have a chance in this one at all, as the Cloud Drake going to be taken down on the back.
Itemized into Leandri's, but you wouldn't believe it based on the burst damage you're seeing from this champion right now. He's got a needlessly large rod buff, so the side laning that you're seeing right now for Root is insanely powerful and potent. There's just no way for Nongshim to try to cut through this jungle here, especially without vision control, to stop this. So this should just be a free inhibitor, and Nongshim's like pushing mid indecisively and now backing to try to hope to defend the base.
Peanut's like, just wait up, guys. I'm gonna take this inner turret. Don't worry, I'll be there eventually. As the Ornn ultimate gonna knock up Kellen as he just disappears again. And man, there are just so many super fed members on the side of Live Sandbox at this point in time. Rich trying to get it done. The Silas goes 100-0 in about 0.3 seconds. As that's going to be a double kill over to the side of Root. And again, like I said, you know, Nongshim at least make it fun. They're not going to go down without a fight. But at the end of the day, they did die 28 times. And that is going to be the win going to the side of Live Sandbox, as they will tie up the series.
Yeah, very much a different Zoe game here for Fate, and I mean, I think it's still solid, but it doesn't give you that tanky front line that's going to help keep Zoe alive. But as we've seen with Zoe,
as Kroko going to go for a pretty early clear onto this Cloud Drake. We know it's not going to be a Cloud Soul because, of course, this starting off in a Cloud Drake, so he wants to get it stacking very early, but he's down a level on Peanut. He's lost a ton of health already, and they're just trying to use their priority on the bottom side. As Effort going to have to flash away here. It looks like they're just going to try to zoom their way out of this fight as they just...
Sandbox. Kroko going to push up here to look for something, and then as Rich plays safe, he's going to look for this Rift Herald.
He's dead. Yeah, just like that. First blood gonna go the way of Summit. Keep in mind.
So Duckdom actually making a big play of his own to really force this commitment. It is going to be Live Sandbox just saying, well, okay, I mean, we will commit here, fine. And they actually do get the rest of these turret plates, so it actually ends up being totally fine for them. But, you know, no hesitation there.
To me, yeah, he's gonna get his item. And perhaps he really wants it for this team fight. That's what I would imagine. This team is probably saying, okay, we gotta back. We gotta get these items because we have a big fight coming in here. And Peanut just gonna get taunted up. Big knockup coming from Kellen. But the two of them are just out on a life raft. And they're gonna be sunk right here. Double kill goes the way of Summit, who is 3-0 already in this game. And man, just like that. They are just a juggernaut of a poke comp. Like, you're just never going to be able to fight them. They can take the Drakes, they can siege your turrets incredibly well.
Situation here just becomes more and more dire as time goes on for Nongshim. Unless they can win a big team fight, which they can't do without forcing it on the Drake. Instead of just clearing waves, I feel like perhaps that was the time where they needed to be aggressive. Kroko, speaking of which, gonna step over the line.
Hey, this is a nice little play. Kroko, though, is going to be able to get away. Effort saving his nice beautifully. But there it is. Bait finally pops off with a massive scatter the weak. He gets 3 kills. And here comes Summit. He's angry. Gets the 1. But that is a pretty clean ace. As extending very deep into the jungle there. Thank you, Omen, of course, for the sponsorship of the ace. But at the same time... man, they just used that one fell swoop, and all of a sudden...
Absolutely a way to throw your lead into the wastebasket by just being too aggressive, no objective to fight over there, and just getting too overzealous. So Nongshim finding their way into a team fight they didn't even necessarily need.
Well, I guess Skellen is dead.
Okay.
You know,
as much as he can.
He and Rich, some good synergy on those. But on the side of... Okay, well, it's a lot of damage. On the side of Nongshim, they do have some really nice wave clear. So even though Live Sandbox do have some great siege, it's not going to be as easy as just rolling up to a turret and popping some people with accelerated shock blasts. Like, Nongshim can kind of just clear waves and get out and not really have to deal with that siege. And let's see how this one's going to go. Peanut trying to get on top of Summit. They find him on the bottom side. And that's a nice amount of damage onto Kroko as well. That Unbreakable Will in the backside doing some work as Bay... Oh, they may have overextended here as opening up is the Jhin. No more Unbreakable Will.
Summit.
And the siege turret that is Fate over the wall right now is huge. As finally that Alistair is going to go down. Summit looking for those accelerated shock blasts over the wall. And that was almost it for Nongshim. You know, they almost just had the damage to take out Summit, but at the end of the day, just not able to extend far enough and get the kills they needed.
And that's, I think, the idea there for Nongshim pretty passively there on the left side of the pit. Might have even stolen a kill away otherwise. Well,
I love Jonas Strong, man. He's shown us all the important stuff. A dead Syndra on the ground, as it looks like some damage done at the blue buff, as now Rich is just caught here. He is surviving for quite a while. There doesn't seem to be too much damage just yet, even though there are
some time with the Gore Drinker, as you mentioned, but there's no way to fight this anymore. We'll watch this again. This is actually Bay. Wait, did he get executed? No way.
Does he die to the blue buff? Oh, it's the wolves!
He actually dies to the Merc Wolf there. Okay. Wow.
Oh no!
Well, honestly, a lot more careful than he is being at the moment. Because dying again just gives up the next objective. That's going to be it. And Nongshim have to be quick. They have to be decisive here. They cannot play this slowly. And look at this kite back right now for Lift Sandbox in the range.
Look at base health.
Yeah.
That was one accelerated shock blast and a deadly flourish. That's it. And I mean, he's one paddle star away from just being one-shotted by the team.
He's going to teleport back in, but that's again giving the numbers advantage over to Lift Sandbox, and they're just chipping away.
Yeah, we'll see what they can get done here. Some opening up coming out from the Jhin. The True Shot Barrage actually misses there on the backside, and Nongshim actually being given a lot of respect as they just come in and take it down. They're going to look to burst down the Jhin, and they will be able to, in fact. So a nice little pick there. Now Effort going to be totally caught on the backside. Peanut incredibly tanky, and actually fighting front to back here is Liv Sandbox. Just the scraps being picked off the ground one by one.
So when the Drake is actually on, when they actually get on top of the Drake here, Liv Sandbox just have to show respect. I mean, the Drake itself blocks a lot of the damage. You can see Kellen goes low, they get the Drake, and then when the re-engage comes through here, it's actually incredibly done by Kellen, who makes the mega big play here as Effort turns around, tries to taunt everybody back. Does not work out, and you just can't win this fight.
You're relatively, you know, squishy yourself. You got to give room to the engage of Nongshim. And that just gave up a lot of their power and positioning in that one, and Kellen was able to find a beautiful opening there. So
yeah,
it was you know, a really big team fight win for Nongshim, and they found a way to actually come back in this game.
And when you lose control of the map, it's a lot more difficult to team fight with Zoe. It's a lot more difficult to actually get that damage done consistently, especially when waves are pushing down your base. Like, you can't even poke anybody because the minions are in the way. You're struggling to find value, and DuckDom just stole his way back into this game by collecting minions. He's got a huge gold lead, as you pointed out earlier. They just want to end the game right now.
Yeah, I don't know if they can. I mean, there's a nice amount of wave clear on the side of Liv Sandbox. Obviously, Baron is going to try to help them on the push for Nongshim, but we'll see what they can do here. You can see Effort, the one frontliner. He's going to get a taunt onto Peanut, but that's not enough. One turret is going to go down. Effort's getting chunked out here. DuckDom is just going wild on the front line, and it looks like Nongshim just opened it up here, and they are going to take the win in a very close Game 3.